welcome back to a new Runeterra video with me, Callie. Today, we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite topic right now in patch 2.8, and that is Irelia. See her on the screen, you love her, you hate her, but one thing is for sure, when you see these two characters pop up on your match screen in ranked, you're not happy. You're not happy. No, of course not. No one wants to play this after the millionth time, right? But what if you had a deck that could beat those? Right? That's what you want. You want to have a deck that can beat these. So we're going to be talking about two decks that are very well positioned to defeat this deck consistently and do well on the ladder. The first of which is the Azir Darius. Now you'll notice the real problem with the meta is this guy. Who have you seen today? Azir. That's right. He's the real problem. Those same soldiers and the buffs, that's where the real problem is. So the way this deck works, has a lot of early pressure. You're aiming to kill them before they can kill you, basically. Also, it's top end of Ruin Runner. Kind of hard for those to deal with that. This new version of this deck runs Brothers Bond, which if you're used to playing discard aggro, you do Arena Battlecaster, and you swing with a bunch of stuff. Whatever doesn't get blocked, you Brothers Bond it, add an extra 4 damage. It's pretty effective. Obviously, you have Burn Package, you got Decimate, Noxian Fervor, and Ruinous Path. So, really with this deck, you're just looking to burn your opponent out as fast as possible. You got the Saboteur, you got Demolitionist, you got Grenadier. You just want to burn them out as fast as you can, and get the win. Now, one big thing about this deck is the Vakai Reaper. When you're blocking and killing units with the other ones, he's getting bigger. Bigger, bigger, bigger. And then he can usually swing over most of their smaller units if you open swing on a turn without getting blocked for a ton of damage. Also, the Irelia deck doesn't have a way to do point targeted damage. So, it may be a 1-2. You could even block once and make it have a 1 toughness, but it's gonna live a long time. Trust me, I should know, I played quite a bit of Irelia Azir. So, this is the first deck I'd recommend. I will leave these decks in the link below in the description. This deck is very good at countering Irelia Azir, but I don't think it's the better of the two decks on this list. So this deck, it's been around forever. You guys have seen it, you've played it, different versions of it. This, I think, is the best version. I climbed back up to Plat this season so far with this, basically in just a couple days. So, this is very well positioned in the meta. I've had a couple of turn 4 wins with this deck, and really it takes 3 or 4 turns for the Irelia deck to even get online. So if you're on evens, and you have the right hand, you know, with Vision and the Battlecaster, if you have a wide enough board and you're on evens, you could do a lot of damage and kill people turn 4. I've done it a couple times. Go check out my streams on 522 for twitch.tv/Callie Chronicles and go take a look at those. I might have a couple of those up as a video later this week, but this deck is very well positioned in the meta. It's good against a lot of decks. Not just Irelia Azir. It has a lot of fast pressure. Problem, and it's always been the problem with this deck, and any aggro deck, if they could stall you and remove your board and keep you from doing your game plan, you're not going to be able to win. If they run you out of cards and you just top deck, the likelihood of you winning is very low. So keep in mind that some matches like Slow Burn with Draven Ezreal are going to likely cause you some issues. Other decks that could cause problems would be the Lissandra Control. You don't see much of that. Dragons. Dragons can also be an issue for this deck. So just keep that in mind if you're going to play. Otherwise, this thing just curb stomps a lot of stuff. It's very techy, so you have to be careful with how you're playing things, but it works pretty well. So I would recommend giving this specific list discard aggro if you want to get out of low elo hell. So, you see another tab up here. So what if you just want to play Irelia Azir? Because it's fun. It is a fun deck. When you get to past turn 4, there's lots involved. This is the version I recommend. Now you'll notice, these 2 cards are the real problems. If you don't get an Emperor's Die, or an Azir, the deck's nowhere near as powerful. It's just not. And if you have an Inspiring Marshal on the field late game and an Azir, GG. If they I have no idea how you're gonna lose that game. But it has a lot of one-offs. Nopify, Retreat. So Retreat is very effective. You can, later in the game, if it's on your attack phase, you could have Irelia on the field, and you could use her little Flawless Duet, get some attacks, bring her back, throw her back, get another Flawless Duet, and everything will be just fine. You could also do the same thing with Ribbon Dancer and Blossoming Blade to get extra attacks. Same with Lead and Follow. Late game, this deck, you could just pull things back, recast them, pull them back, recast them. Flawless Duet is very effective. Syncopation, people don't expect it because it's just a one-off. Not all lists are on it, but if you have this card and you're going to swing, there's a good chance that you're going to be able to just take them out, switch in something huge like an Azir for something they didn't block, and you just win. So that's going to be it for me today, everybody. So consider liking, subscribing, all those things that people say about videos. Check me out on twitch.tv/Cali Chronicles, and feel free to join our Discord, talk more about Runeterra, and we will discuss and try to find some other decks that work out, so that way you can do better in this meta. Riot right now said they're not going to nerf her, but we'll just have to see what happens. Till next time, it's been Cali, thanks for watching.